Welcome to Straight TV. In this episode, we are going to talk about the origins of evil part 2. Evil is not only present in torture. We need to understand that evil manifests itself in different kinds of ways and in different times, through different sources. Evil is not only present in torture or in killing or in oppression. No. Or just in blood spill. No. Evil is also sophisticated, eloquently spoken. Evil knows how to charm you. It even softly speaks to you. In other words, evil is not only wild and barbaric, but patient and eloquent and sophisticated. In the beginning, evil was just against Christianity. Yes, evil was fighting it all the time. In the beginning, evil was against Christianity. But quickly, evil evolves, realizing that it can also confuse. It could also tarnish something. It could also change something, twist the teachings. So people will also reject and hate Christianity. So think about that. In the beginning, evil has always fought Christianity, but it realized also that also fighting it against it wasn't enough. It evolved. Evil realized that it can confuse, tarnish, change, twist the teachings. But how? How do you accomplish this? You begin a campaign of confusing, of twisting an ideology. So in order for you to begin this campaign of twisting and confusing and tarnishing and changing an ideology, you need to learn first what it is about. So evil attended the sermons, the teachings, the readings, it read to get an idea where everything is originating from. So if you really think about it, evil joined Christianity to learn it, to exploit it, to befriend it, and try to twist it and tarnish it. And if you really think about it, this is spy tactics 101. If you really think about it, this is part of spy school. They are sent to learn an ideology, they join it, they befriend it, and they get closer and closer and closer to people inside that ideology, to the point that they start introducing different ideology themselves, trying to twist it, trying to separate it, trying to cause chaos in it, to the point that it's tarnished, right? And this is what happened in the beginning with Christianity. Evil took it upon itself to join the group, to learn it, to read it, so evil joined the one true church of Jesus Christ at one point. When did this happen? In the era of the New Testament. It's we have to understand that the Bible itself, it's a history book. And we can read in the New Testament how evil managed to infiltrate itself into Christianity. It says on 2 of Peter 2:2, it says, many will follow their evil teachings and shameful immoralities. And because of these, the way of the truth will be slander. See how simple and clear that is? So this was happening in the early Christianity times. And the Apostle Peter sent out a letter saying many will follow their evil teachings. So that he knew what was happening. He understood who was infiltrated and shameful immorality. And because of these, the way of the truth will be slandered. So you're seeing what was happening. In their greed, they will make up clever lies. So in other words, see how he was warning them? You're going to see their greed. And they're going to make up eloquent lies that are going to convince you. Clever lies to get a hold of your money. First, also, they teach about what they want. So to cleverly make you feel like it's acceptable. It's what their greed wants, not what the Lord wants. Because they're teaching their immoralities. They're teaching their shamefulness. They are teaching their greed. That's what's happening. And even in these times, they are not teaching the Lord's word, gospel. They are teaching their immorality. They are teaching their greed. And if you have something that they want, they will force you into guilt to give it up. See how they twist and manipulate? Not the Lord. No, 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 no. So we have to understand that because of these people and their ways, they've managed to build resentment around the world against Christianity and the world, against Christianity and the Lord as well. What are these teachings? What are they teaching? It's evil. At the end of the day, it's evil. What is evil teaching? Lies. Lies to get your money. They're teaching their shameful immorality, telling you many things that are wrong are not that wrong or not bad. They're okay. As long as you don't stop giving, it's okay. Just confess and you're good. That's the truth. Hey, don't worry about it. It's just a confession and you're good. But hey, don't stop giving. You know what I mean? But you're good. Solid. So we have to understand that evil is not only against Christianity in the barbaric sense. Evil is against Christianity eloquently being infiltrated, being disguised. They are actual wolves disguised in sheep's skin. It says also in 2 Peter 2:14, they commit adultery. We have to understand that the Apostle Peter is sending out these letters of warning, these letters of awareness. And it says, they commit adultery with their eyes, and their desire for sin is never satisfied. They lure unstable people into sin. See how they seek people who are vulnerable. They seek people who have had a hard life, and they manage to manipulate it to do their will. They lure unstable people into sin, and they are well traveled and well trained in greed. Their greed and interest will take sides. It's the truth. When you touch evil's greed, when you touch evil's wallets, when you touch evil's interest, they will pick a side. And once they pick a side, they cause chaos and discord between people. That's the truth. If you really think about it, there were groups back in the day. I'm going to probably say this lasted for over 1,500 years. That supposedly, let me tell you carefully though. This is what happened. At one point, Christianity is neutral, right? It doesn't take sides. It's forgiving to everybody. It forgives. It loves everybody, no matter their skin, their social status, or whatever. But when evil groups disguised as Christians, have power and interest and money, and something unfair is happening in society because of greed, they will take the side of greed. They are not going to take the side of the poor and the vulnerable. Why? Because themselves are benefiting from these greedy people. They themselves are benefiting from powerful people. That if the powerful people are in battle or in conflict with the masses of society, they will pick a side. And they will guilt you to stop fighting it. They will guilt you to accept it. These are not saintly people. These are not people following the Lord's will. They are following their wallets. They are following greed. They will take what they want under the name of the Lord. Keep that in mind. They've done that. The Lord never took anything in God's name. They will wrongfully judge, they will kill for the Lord. That's the truth. And what's causing while they are perpetrating and while they are causing harm and hurt, while they are looting, while they are judging people, what do you think is happening? It's building resentment against the Lord. It's building resentment against Christianity. And that's what they want to do. They will brag and boast of themselves to show that they are greater than you. Yeah. For you to hold your judgment. If you see something wrong in these people, if you picked up something inappropriate from them, they will brag and see how holy they are, quote unquote, so you can hold your tongue. So they know how to manipulate. They know how to work around things. Why? Because evil is doing its part. All of these teachings are not the Lord's. And because of these atrocities and crimes, the church has been slandered and hated. The Lord has been slandered and hated. This is what it has come to. And we have to understand that also in 1st of John 2:19, it says, these people left our church. So therefore, it's telling you, John is saying, these people left our church. So at one point, they joined the true church. But it says, these people left our church. But it says also, but they never really belonged with us. Otherwise, they would have stayed with us. You see that? These people left our church. And what did these people do? They left our church to start their own church. To teach what they want, when they want, to whoever they want, to get what they want. Why do you think they left? Because their intentions was to learn everything and then leave to deceive, to confuse, to gain wealth, etc. Look how much the Lord is despised. Look at all the resentment there is around the world towards the church because of the workings of evil hearts. Our Lord's name has been tarnished by charlatans and opportunists. They took land under the Lord's name. They enriched their pockets under his name. They justified the perversions under Christianity. They forced their twisted beliefs onto people, forcing them through violence and torture to accept Christianity. That's not what the Lord wanted. The Lord never forced anybody. We can see throughout the Bible the examples he gave and also his teachings. Remember, he asked a young man, if you want to follow me, he said, if you want to follow me, he didn't force him to follow him. So we need to understand that the Lord has been tarnished because of evil hearts. They got rid of people under false accusations, sentencing them to death for heresy or witchcraft. Some of them were scientists. Yeah, some of them were scientists. They were accused of heresy and witchcraft. They oppose even common science discoveries, abuse and rape. They even oppose common people of having the Bible. But why? Because the common folk would read and realize what this so-called godly man was doing was not acceptable under the teachings of the Lord. But this is what the Lord told us would happen. He told his disciples this was going to happen. I want you to read in Jeremiah 14:14. It says on Jeremiah 14:14, then the Lord said, these prophets are telling lies in my name. I did not send them or tell them to speak. I did not give them any message. They prophesy of visions and revelations they have never seen or heard. They speak foolishness made up in their own lying hearts. So There's been warnings on this. In other words, he's telling us stay alert, stay vigilant. They call themselves godly men and they're not. I want you to read carefully in Jeremiah. It says, the Lord said that these prophets are telling lies in my name. Be careful of these men. Be skeptical. It's not wrong to question. There is a reason why there are millions of congregations out there. There are so many different types of denominations because at the end of the day, they are all pulling in their own direction, their own interest, not the Lord's, not the Lord's. 1 of John 4:1. It says, "Dear friends, do not believe everyone who claims to speak by the Spirit." I'm going to say it again. Dear friends, do not believe everyone who claims to speak by the Spirit. You must test them. See that? You must test them. It's okay to question. Ask questions to see if their spirit comes from God. For there are many false prophets in the world. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Origins of Evil Part 2. It's a lot to digest. I know. But it's something we need to talk about. It's something that needed to be said. Okay, it's time for us to stay vigilant, stay cautious. It's okay to question. Ask questions. The disciples ask the Lord questions all the time. You know what I mean? So you need to understand that. It's okay. Folks, stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you for joining me.